long distance relationships, and I do these YouTube lives every Tuesdays at 7 p.m. Pacific time, 10 p.m. Eastern time, Saturdays at 12 p.m. Pacific time, 3 p.m. Eastern time. If you guys do find this video content of value, you guys can show your appreciation by donating any amount that you feel is equal to the value of this video. I also have a Patreon. I only got one tier right now. I'm only accepting about 10 people, and I got one person. Thank you, Marina. I appreciate you. And here I am. I'm going to be talking about long distance relationships. I will have a recap episode, and the recap episode is on fear of being alone. Okay. A lot of people fear being alone. And if you're one of those people, you might want to listen up. Also, so my slide is going to be on theories on social media and distractions. Thank you for the likes. Appreciate it. And then I have 4 slides I'll be talking about today about long distance relationships. If you already know if you're familiar with the work that I've already done, a lot of this might sound like it's repetitive, and because it is. It's just different type of strategies, different types of tips that you could, use towards kind of like your arsenal, right? What you could pick up on, what you could use for yourself. But just remember that you're not doing this out of trying to manipulate somebody. You're doing it because this is part of the philosophy that you have. So, for example, if you're around somebody that doesn't, give you the time, the attention, then why be around them? So it's, and a lot of people they want to force something out of it. It's like, oh, if they do that to you, then you should do this so that you get this type of whatever out of them. But then, in a relationship, this in order to build a good relationship, everything has to become more natural. It should not feel forceful. So that being said, I'm going to be starting out on my recap episode of fear of being alone. Okay. And so the slide is on theory on social medias and distraction. So the theory is, I talked about it before, where social media has played an important impact or role on why people feel a little bit more lonely. Okay. So we're allowed instant access to another person, and before we didn't have that. We never had it. And I would say it's relatively recent, relatively. And so because we have that instant access, we feel like we're more obligated to get the other person's attention, right? And when they don't give it to us right away, we get impatient. And then on top of that, we start setting expectations because maybe they gave more attention before and now they gave less. And then you start, like I said, you set expectations, and then you become impatient. And when you set expectations that does not get met, eventually you get disappointed. And when you get disappointed, you always, one, you're setting yourself for failure, but two, it's like happiness becomes this moving target, and you're dependent on the other person to make you happy. And if they don't make you happy, then it's like, okay. So that's why this whole topic, especially in long distance relationships, you want to have a better relationship with yourself first. What do you like doing? What do you enjoy? So that when they're not around, which they're not going to be around very often, you're going to have a lot of time on your hands to do the things that you need to do rather than trying to spend the time trying to get their attention. You know what I mean? Now, if your life isn't where you want it to be, right? And we see other people's happy lifestyle, right? Because this is social media, and comparison being a theft of joy, we start spiraling down. Everything just becomes a little bit more like, wow, look at their life. They're so much happier. Oh my God, they make so much more money. Oh my God, this and that. Like, look at them. Wow, they look at how much they're smiling, but deep down, you don't know behind that photo how they feel. I'm gonna tell you right now, a lot of people that smiles in front of the camera, a lot of them are not really happy with themselves. They're not. And it's really how you feel about yourself. And that's why I always say, like, give yourself an audit. Stare at the wall when you come back, turn everything off. No distractions. And with that being said, what does your body tell you? What does your feelings tell you? That's your subconscious. And if your subconscious is telling you all these things that you don't want to hear about yourself, all these negative talks, then that's something that you should be working on, working towards why you feel that way. How come I still have these type of feelings, and how can I let go of some of these resistance? Hold on, let me There you go. And how can I let go some of the resistance? Because part of growth isn't just moving forward, it's about letting some of the things go that's holding you back. All right. Now, um, so comparison being a theft of joy, right? This puts you at a very low level state or a low vibration, right? And I talked about vibrations already. So a lot of people with lower vibrations, they tend and usually associated with negative traits. It's a lot of it's me energy. How come I'm not getting this? I'm not receiving that, right? They're not giving me this. I'm not getting enough of that. And it's always about me, 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 me. Whereas somebody with a higher vibration, they focus a little bit more on the facts. So they're not going to let their feelings or emotions hijack them from where they're at. They get to see reality as it is. Like, okay, I get it. I see it. I love this person. I care about this person, but I have to understand that that person that I once loved or I still love isn't reciprocating that same type of feeling. So that means that either something I'm doing incorrectly, which that's a skill. You have to pick that up. Something I'm not doing correctly, or maybe they're just losing enthusiasm. And how do I change that up? Right? And that's why setting dates is so important. Um, anyways, moving on. So you can't give what you don't have, and you don't have a lot. And if you don't have a lot of true excitement in your life, the moment where someone comes into your life, you're going to give out a lot of this kind of desperate energy, right? The moment somebody finally gives you the attention, you're super excited, you're feeling good about yourself, and then it might it might transfer to them, and they're going to be like, look, you know what, I just met you, or what's up, Bree? I just met you. It's cool. Like, but I'm sensing a lot of desperate energy. Nobody wants that type of energy. Maybe in the beginning, it's like it's kind of nice because you can't differentiate desperate energy versus like high enthusiasm, right? But then after a while, after like I said, the excitement goes down. Desperate energy, what usually happens is it causes to push other people away. So that's why it's you got to gently lead. You don't overwhelm the other person. If they don't want to talk to you, they don't want to talk to you. Don't take things too personal. All right. So now, like I said, we fall into this rabbit hole where no one likes me, no one really wants to be around me, my life isn't where I want it to be. And then you start, yielding to like life's simple type of pleasures, right? Whether it's drinking alcohol, right? Whatever it is, it's just one of the lowest forms of pleasure, right? Because just to satisfy part of your vices. Now, that's what I see in social media. Like I said, social media is a tool, right? It's a tool. So without social media or without internet, I wouldn't be able to talk to you guys like it is. Like it's a tool. But depending on how I use it, let's just say if I'm using social media so that I could get in contact with somebody, the DMs or whatever, constantly, it's going to drive them away, right? So you got to be specific on what you're doing. And if you're doing it, just remember, are you doing it for yourself or are you doing it for the other person? Because in a relationship, if you're there to give, they can sense that type of energy. And if you're there to give without expectations of anything returning back, then people is going to respect you a lot more and they want to be around that type of energy. All right. So let's talk about the first slide of long distance relationship. Appreciate the likes. Thank you. So I've said this many times, but I'm going to say it again because in long distance relationships, you have to avoid being needy, insecure, and jealous. Jealousy being one of the most prominent or one of the, like it's like one of the top categories is jealousy. People get jealous. Now, whether or not jealousy comes from maybe that person's hanging out with another person, or jealousy becoming they might be seeing somebody else behind my back because they did not call me back or text me back right away. Or jealousy of, hey, you know what? They get to see their friends and I don't get to do that, right? You need a lot of trust. But Bonnie, yeah, you need a lot of trust. And trust is an absolute thing for any type of relationship, whether it's intimate relationships, friendship, of course, maybe not to that extent, but of course, yeah, trust. Like if I could trust my friends, right? Let's see what else. So we got in business, if you could trust that person to handle the things, like, yeah, you would go back there again, right? So trust, very very important. You have to know who to trust, because yes, you got to know your skills, you got to know what you're doing, but there are snakes in the grass and they will bite, so you want to be careful with that, right? So a long distance relationship will not work where there is no trust. Being needy, insecure, getting jealous does not add value to the relationship. If anything, it diminishes more of the value that you have in a relationship. It pushes them away. Being needy, insecure, jealous, how come you talk to them more than you talk to me, right? Then look, you could bottom line their actions. Look, they obviously don't really want to be around me that much. So that being said, I'm just going to politely remove myself from that. And that's okay, because I know where I'm valued, right? Because if you know your value, you're not going to put yourself in a position where you're giving your time and that's not being reciprocated. So knowing your value is through actions, and the actions that you put in for yourself, whether it's, hey, maybe you're a confident person, you like to go out and you like to meet people, but then you do have another person that is your so-called significant other, but then they're not giving you the attention. It doesn't mean that you go out there and you bridge somebody else until that doesn't work. What it means is that, look, you're of value, people want you, and if they want you, they want to be around you. So if they're not being reciprocated, then it's fine. Leave that relationship, be with somebody else, or hey, maybe be single. That's fine too, right? And I feel like a lot of people jump from relationship to relationships too quick before they allow themselves time to heal. And so, hey, depends on what you want to do with your life, all right? I don't tell people what to do, but I'm not going to bullshit you anyways. So, seeing so here's an example, right, of needy insecurity and jealousy, right? So avoid being that. So seeing photos online, people they're around, maybe the friends of the opposite sex, whatever it may be, right? It might cause you to be insecure. Insecurity comes from fear that you're not enough and a lot of limiting beliefs that you have. So, hey, if you know you're a catch, why would you even think they're doing something behind your back? And if they do and you find out, you're gone. You're not going to be too attached to that. You're going to be like, well, it sucks. It does hurt, but I'm not going to sit here and be someone else's punching bag or a doormat, right? So you're going to walk away from that. You're going to walk away from that situation, but you're not going to be pissed off and bitter about it. It means that, hey, look, you did what you did, you chose this path, and there's consequences for that. So you politely remove yourself. Hey, look, I'm not gonna deal with this. I'm disappointed in what happened, and I'm gonna be out. Not everybody could do that though, all right? But that comes with emotional, resilience. So having trust and allowing them to make the right choices is the best option you can have, or is the best option that you can choose. So think about it. If you're in a relationship with that person, it means that you trust them, because you're in a relationship with them. And if you're in a relationship and there is no trust, and you're constantly trying to, like, hey, where you at, you better FaceTime me. And I think I've heard stories where there's this guy, he would go to like gaming events, and or not gaming events, but just events, and the girlfriend would have him play video games with her so that she knows that he is not out doing something else. Whereas, like, all right, who wants to feel like they're in prison even when they're away? So the best thing that you can do is to allow them to be what they want to do. If they want to cheat, they're going to cheat. But if they want to be with you, they're going to be with you. So guess what? Giving them the opportunity to do whatever they want will not only will reveal what their character is. So, and character is destiny. So if they don't value integrity, well, guess what? They're going to do something. And when they do it, it just really ultimately it saves you time from dealing with other people that you don't want to deal with. It's like, look, I thought I could trust you. Apparently, I made the wrong decision. So, you know what? It sucks. It hurts, but I get to walk away because it it could have happened even later. Let's just say if you had kids and they cheated on you. Well, guess what? Now you have a kid. So, better sooner than later. Okay. Now, So insecurities will reduce the likeliness of the relationship moving forward. Okay. So jealousy being one of the most prominent negative attributes in long distance relationship, it is even more important that you trust your partner. Okay. So said that already. Um, Now, men who doesn't have a purpose doesn't know how to lead himself. So that's why it's so important to find somebody, ladies. When if you're one of the most attractive things that you could find from a guy is the fact that he knows what he wants to do and he works towards it. He might not be successful at it right away. Success means whatever it means to you, right? Finance, busy, right? A lot of clients, whatever it is. But a guy that has a purpose, that goes for what he wants, takes calculated risk, goes for, breaking through barriers, like that's masculine energy. And that's what you want. That's one of the most attractive things. And if you have confidence on top of that, even better, right? Now, confidence being one of the most important attributes of, becoming attractive towards the opposite sex. Very important. Having confidence, going for what you want, and not being very needy and insecure. It's like how many guys do you know have that type of trait in them, or even half of that, right? And so that's why, like, hey, I didn't have all this before. I didn't know that this was important, and I was told, hey, confidence to this, confidence that. But then it comes to a point where most people mistake confidence with charisma and character, right? Character is who you are. So if you have to constantly push towards that, then it's like this charisma. You got to keep giving out this energy, and it's like it's very draining. But if it's your character, you're comfortable being where you're at. So if your character is confident, well, guess what? It's not going to feel like it's going to drain you mentally. So it's going to be easier for you to move up and become better, become more than you are. So so a guy that doesn't know how to lead himself, nor would he know how to lead his girlfriend, right? So he becomes controlling. So so if you don't have passion for anything, and you're a guy, you're watching this, you don't have passion for anything, something that you really truly love doing, and you're doing it consistently, and that's like it takes up most of your time, you're going to find reasons to be upset. You're not going to like yourself. You're not going to be good company for yourself. What makes you think you're going to be good company for other people? And when you don't have that, then it literally life just starts spiraling down. You feel like you're settling with the things that you have. You're like, well, this is the best I'm gonna get, so I'm just gonna stick with it. And it's like, well, you're not happy with that, right? That's why I was like, look, be where you're celebrated, not where you're being tolerated. And that comes from Coach Corey Wayne. So if you haven't checked him out, please go check him out. Learn a lot from that guy. Um, Hope to meet him one day. But anyways, a man that doesn't know how to lead himself will not know how to lead other people. Lead his girlfriend, right? Always, hey, what do you want to eat? Oh, like, you don't want that. Baby, what do you want? We got two options over here. We got two options. There's Japanese and there's a Mexican spot down the street. And baby, you know how much I love burritos. The carne asadas with the avocados. You know what? We could save the avocados for at home because they cost $2 to $3, and then we could just chop it up, bring it home. We throw some avocados inside ourselves. We just saved ourselves $3, right? All right, right. Make it fun. Spice it up. All right, let's see. So, so a guy that doesn't know how to lead may be because, look, if he doesn't know how to lead, he doesn't have anything going on for himself. It means that he's gonna be more available usually, right? Unless he's out doing like partying all the time and he's just not busy. He's busy because he's partying. Like he's not on his purpose. He's just having fun, right? It might cause him to be, maybe he might be a little bit more available. And availability shows that you're not really on your purpose and it's really unattractive to a woman. Okay, so you gotta spice things up, changing things up. So I know there's people that used to be in, not long distance, but then they moved, whether it's through college or going to school, military, work, whatever it may be, for extended period of time. You got to change things up. You can't just be like, well, it's 6 o'clock Monday, Wednesday, Friday, that's when we sit down and we call each other. Like, we schedule time. Like, I get it in the beginning, maybe, right? But at you know what? It doesn't always have to be at 6 o'clock. I have to get on this call. It feels like an appointment, right? Like, it shouldn't feel like that. It shouldn't feel forced. Just be like, no, baby, just give me a call whenever you're free, right? Especially as a guy, right? You want her to come to you. You want her to do at least 70 to 80% of the pursuing, because when she does that, number one, all you gotta do is pick up and be like, hey baby, how you doing, right? She's already calling you. Obviously she wants to talk to you. If not, she wouldn't call you, right? So all you gotta do, pick up, just walk through the door. Door's open, right? And just talk. Ask her about her. Make it about her, because you already fulfilled enough, right? So spice things up. Don't make it always 6 o'clock Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Like I said, it feels like it's an appointment or a meeting, and it's like, and then guess what? If it's always 6 o'clock Monday, Wednesday, Friday, well, guess what? It's gonna be like, well, what are you doing? I'm just cooking. You're just on the phone, wasting time. Like, you got nothing quality. Maybe in the beginning you have something, but after a while, it's like, what do you really have to talk about? What's new? I don't know. Well, I talked to you. Today's Wednesday, and I spoke to you on Monday, so ain't nothing really happened that much, right? Oh, I picked up some new Pokemon cards. Okay, I don't care. All right. So, change it up, right? Let them be, okay? Number 2. Slide number 2 is doubt. So there's going to be a lot of doubt in the relationship. And feminine energy is about seeking for certainty, right? Men, they know what they want, they go for what they want, right? So, when there's doubt and you're a guy, and there's doubt, especially coming from your lady, well, guess what you need to do? When she feels uncertain, you need to feel even more certain that things will work. Because when you're certain, it means that you're taking control of the ship again, right? You're taking control of the relationship. You're not controlling her. It means that you're controlling the relationship towards, hey, baby, you know what? I know you feel a little uncertain right now. Well, guess what? I'm gonna buy a ticket or whatever it may be, right? Let's just say she lives in a different state or a different country. Have something to look forward to. Look, I know you're feeling a little, down lately. I know you miss me, right? I miss you too. So guess what? I'm going to plan a trip over here at this certain time. I'm going to see you. We're going to do something like this. What's up, Marina? Yeah, so when there's doubt, when she feels uncertain, you're going to make her feel even more certain. And this does not just apply for long distance relationships. Everything I'm talking about here applies for a regular relationship as well, okay? Well, majority of it, okay? So, if there's doubt, make her feel more certain. Reassure her, right? Now, when a guy does that, it feels like, oh, he doesn't really know where he stands in a relationship. Everything feels like it's on her. And no girl wants, or no lady wants to be with a guy that's so uncertain about everything. Oh, what do you want to eat? Right? That's why she's like, I don't care, just pick something. I don't care. And then, of course, sometimes when you pick something, that's not what they want. You be like, all right, let's do this then. Oh, well, those are the only 2 options. So you're coming with me. It's all right. Usually it's all right, right? Unless it's like she has allergic to different foods. You don't want to mess with that. You don't want to mess with medical stuff, medical bills. All right. So if there's doubt, that's what's going to happen. So becoming more uncertain about the relationship is common. Okay, when you're uncertain of the things you want in your life, the fear of uncertainty will start to manifest into your reality. So if you're uncertain and she's uncertain and you're not sure, and it caused you to stay off your center because she's uncertain and now you're uncertain, it's going to start manifesting into your life. So all these fears is going to start coming out. You're not going to know how to act. It's like, well, I don't know. I don't know how to react because she doesn't really know. It's like, look, you're the dude in this relationship. And when I talk about energy, like masculine and feminine, it's no gender, okay? So guy, girl, non-binary, all whatever, gay, lesbian. You need sexual polarity in order for a relationship to happen, or intimate relationship. Otherwise, you're just gonna be roommates, right? And I don't even want to touch that subject yet because that's a whole new topic. But like I said, If you're the guy, you want to be the one taking the lead. If she's uncertain, you let her know, baby, I'm gonna see you. This is what's gonna happen. Yada yada yada. Now, also, what I do want to talk about is if there is a long distance relationship where there's 2 hours, 3 hours, 2 days flight, I don't know, whatever, right? Nothing takes 2 days long, but you want to make sure that when you go there, she reciprocates. And then you guys just go back and forth, right? Go back and forth, where it's not just you going over there. Okay? Now, unless there's some political things going on and she is not or he or she is not available to fly out to come see you, I think that's a little bit more of the exception, right? But anyways, it's not going to stay like that forever. You got to judge the level of their enthusiasm based off that. Okay? So that's part of the long distance. You want to make sure that they're reciprocating. Okay? So, let's see. How do you make her feel more certain? Number 1, communicate. That's all you got, communication. If they don't want to talk, literally, what can you do? You can't just fly. That's kind of weird, right? If you just fly and you show up at the doorstep, whether it's a different state, the further it is and you just show up at the doorstep, the more awkward it is. It's like, you didn't tell me you were coming. Like, was this a surprise, or you just want to check up on me? Because it's getting a little stalkerish, right? But anyways, communication is all you really got. So pay attention. So when you're on the phone and you're talking, you want to make sure that you're really listening. Even if you're in a close relationship, you want to make sure you're listening. You pay close attention, okay? You're actively listening. You're not just be like, yeah, right? A way to communicate that you're really listening is by asking questions based off what he or she is saying. That's it. And guys, we don't really listen, right? So, hey, even sometimes I struggle with that sometimes. Struggle with listening. Well, guess what? It means that, Mitchell, you just got to pay a little bit more attention to listening, or focus a little bit more on listening. Okay? So that's for you too, Mitchell. Take your own advice. Now, scheduling date nights and do video dates. Now that internet is available, right? Hey, you have the phone. You want to make sure that you want to schedule video dates, because when you're just talking through text, it's a lot of things could be misinterpreted. I can't pronounce English. Yes, Mitchell, take your own advice. Yeah. And you know what? We all make our own mistakes, right? No one's perfect. So it happens. So, and even being complacent, right? Being too comfortable. It happens to all of us. So when you schedule date nights and do video dates, do it at least once a week. And if she doesn't want to do anything like that, well, then you could kind of judge her level of interest based off that. And as the guy, you ask first. But after a while, guess what? If you could judge based off her level of interest, and let's just say you ask once, you ask twice, you're not going to ask again, because it's like, well, why will I want to keep asking if all I'm going to be is get shot down? So it's like, well, then pull away a little bit. Let her come back to you. And that's okay, because it is always better when it's her choice coming back to you. Now, what I do want to elaborate on is, when she does come back, don't be that little passive aggressive little bitch that you might become. All right, don't do that, because when you do that, it means that it's still aggressive, it's just more passive. And if anything, she's gonna see that, like, okay, now he's not even standing up for himself, and he's being the bigger bitch by being more passive about this. It's like, oh, now you want to talk to me. It's like, oh, where you been, right? Or you been out with this other dude? You probably sucking this thing, right? When she comes back, welcome her. Hey, baby, it's been a long time. Haven't heard from you in a while. What's new? What you been up to, right? How are things with you? Ask her questions about herself. Okay? Everyone's favorite topic is about themselves. Yeah. Hey. Look, Marina, you know what I'm talking about. You ever get those insecure guys that tries to play it off like, oh, it's a joke, but it's not? Oh, you probably just out with him because you really like him, right? Yeah, Yeah, yeah. Because you're being a bitch and he's not. And so, but I can't say that because then you'll be even more mad and then I'm in danger, right? I feel like my my physical being will be in danger because yeah, he's a little bit more attractive than you right now because you're being none but a bitch. Hashtag none but a bitch. But yeah, that's pretty much it. If you act like a bitch, she's gonna treat you like a bitch. So don't act like a bitch. All right. So just remember, if you're asking those type of questions, it means that you're really asking for yourself to get what's that word? Reassurance, right? To to feel reassured about yourself, and that's some bitch ass energy. Like you just gotta make sure that you're okay. It's like it's always about me, right? So hey, yo, relationship is there to give, right? You're there to give and receive love. Oh, well, that's more feminine energy, but still, like, you're there to give, right? Love is an act. All right, let's see. So, scheduling date nights and communication. Let's see. So, allow room for mystery. Okay, allowing room for mystery. I can't stress this enough. Even in a regular, like, even if you live together. Okay, I get it. Don't be hiding another bitch. All right. But what I am saying is allow room for mystery. Like, I wonder what he's doing. Like, what he normally texts me at 3 p.m. sometimes, or at least in the afternoon. But this time he didn't do shit. Hope he's not mad. I don't think I did anything wrong, right? There's some shit that you start playing in your head, ladies. Oh, did I say something? Or maybe he's just busy. I don't know. I don't know. And so what happens? You be, hey baby, how you been? Right? You're gonna text him. You might call him. You might see how he's doing. And then if he comes back and he welcomes you back, you be, hey baby, you know what? So you know what? I've been very busy, but it's so good to hear your voice again. So nice. It's so nice. It's very pleasing. And then you're gonna feel reassured again, right? So then you go off on your own, like a cat. You get you want a little bit of petting, so you go there, you get petted, and then you're like, well, that's enough, so you walk away, right? You can't chase a cat down. You can't force a cat to sit on your lap. Personal experience. So yeah, allow room for mystery. Distance will keep you guys thinking about each other, and you know what? Guess what? You can't wait to talk to each other again. Okay, and throughout the day, she's going to think about you and wonder about you. That's where attraction builds. Okay, so stop being insecure just because she don't talk to you or message you or whatever. It's okay. It's all right. And if you think she's doing some like weird shit behind your back, well, like I said, it's one of two things. It could be either you're insecure as hell or you just chose somebody wrong. And that's a lot of uncertainty. And that's a lot of bitch ass energy that you got. So you better act up, because if you act like a bitch, she's going to treat you like a bitch. All right. So attraction goes through space and distance. That's what you need. That's time and space, right? Just like that string theory that Chris Canwell was talking about. You need that string, right? Build that tension up. When you guys pull away, that string, there's a lot of tension, right? When there's a lot of tension, I don't know why I did that. It looked weird, but you get that tension. You know what I'm talking about? You get that tension. She's gonna build attraction. She's gonna be like, okay, I don't know what it is, but I'm a little attracted to him right now. You don't know. You don't know. Yes, you do know. Okay. So attraction grows in space, right? And distance. Let her come to you when she wants. Now, this doesn't mean that you become this cold fish, okay? That's not what I'm talking about. Like I said, you want her to do at least 70 to 80% of the pursuing. Anything more than that you're doing, so 20 to 30%, anything more than that, it's too much. Now, I don't care what anyone says. If they say a relationship 50-50, I think to in certain categories, but not when it comes to communication. When it comes to communication, yes, you want to make sure that she's okay, right? You don't want to be a cold fish, but at the same time, when she comes to you, you will not get shot down. Bottom line, okay? And all you have to do is just welcome her and make sure she feels welcome too, genuinely, okay? And don't, like I said, don't be a cold fish. If you ignore her because she didn't want to talk to you, now you're just approaching the whole concept in a different way, right? It's a different philosophy that you have. Your philosophy is I need to manipulate her into liking me so that she will react this way so that I get more attention. It's like, well, that's gonna suck if that's all you have to do every time to get something that you want is by manipulating her. I don't think that's a really healthy relationship. That's not, at least not in my opinion. It should come a little bit more naturally. If she misses you, she will come. And when she comes, you welcome her in. If she doesn't, you let her go. Let her do her thing. She'll be back. Where's she gonna go? Why would she want to leave you? You're the shit. And if you don't think you're the shit, well, guess what? She's gonna feel that too, and then she's gonna treat you like a bitch, and you don't want that. Okay. So let her come to you when she wants. Okay. It just means it's her choice, and you won't be rejected. 70 to 80% is her pursuing, not you. Let's see. Not back. Not back to him. What do you mean by that, Marina? What do you mean by that? And guys, look, I'm not trying to clown on you. I'm trying to help you, okay? So if you're watching this, this is good advice for you. I try to make it a little bit entertaining sometimes too, right? Let's see. Not back to him. Where's she going? Not back to. Oh, that's what you're saying. Hey, look, you be back. You stay. I guarantee. I feel like I'm. What's his name? Trump. You know when he used to do this a lot. What do you do? Um, she will always be back. They will always be back. And if they're not, well, guess what? She just saved you more time. I get to go out and have more fun. When she goes away, I'm thinking like, wow, okay, I get Kiki. Kiki doesn't want to talk to me. Well, when Kiki goes away and she does her thing, well, guess what? I'm gonna have more fun on my own. Hey, look, maybe it's that book that I always wanted to read that I never got to finish. Or maybe it's like, hey, maybe it's time to, hang out with the boys, maybe grab some beer or whatever it is. Just hang back a little bit and stop being a little bitch. Kiki, do you love me? She still does. Kiki loves me. She always does. She always comes back. And that's not through cockiness. It's through knowing that she will. Why the hell would she want to leave this? Okay? It's because I know that I will treat her right when she comes back to me. I'm not going to yell at her. I'm not going to be passive aggressive. If I am frustrated, I'm going to go out. Like I said, I'm going to buy that burrito, right? I'm going to buy that burrito. I'm going to walk out and be like, can't talk to you right now, Kiki, but I'll talk to you later, right? And why would she want to leave that? And if she does, well, guess what? She's not going to find another guy like that. Or if she does, lucky her. But that's not a lot in the sea, all right? There's not a lot out there. There's not a lot of quality guys. And I'm trying to up quality people. But you know what? It seems to be a shortage everywhere, okay? Different states, countries. People don't know how to act. And if you don't know how to act, it's time to learn. Doesn't matter how much money you got. Look at Jeff Bezos, okay? Look at Jeff Bezos. She rich. She rich now. So yeah, like I said, when she calls you, welcome her. Welcome her, right? Like the guy I was talking to. Yeah, I mean, shit. That does happen, right? And you get a guy that doesn't, like, he literally ate shit and, like, lived there in the same spot. Like, why the hell would you want to do all that? Anyways, when she becomes doubtful, you have to be more certain. So I'm gonna go back to that. Slide number 3. Slide number 3. All right, how do you guys feeling so far? How do you guys like this? Scale 1 to 10. 10 being, Mitchell, you're crushing it. You're doing great. Keep going. Don't stop. Why would you stop? It feels great. Number 10. Number 10, Mitchell. All right, so don't take it personal. Don't take it personal is number 3. Okay. Remember. Thank you. Thank you, Marina. Appreciate it. Thank you. So, like I said, slide number 3, do not take it personal, okay? Now, what you have to remember in any relationship, any friendship, coworkers, strangers, whatever, you have to make sure that you have your own identity. Now, the closer you are with a person, the easier for you, more likely to lose yourself in that, right? Because a lot of emotions are involved. You're merging with that person. You do things together, right? You might be more susceptible to losing who you are as an individual. You want to make sure that you don't lose that. You have to maintain your individuality. I still can't say that word. Individual. Sure. Um, you have to make sure that you have that, all right? You have to make sure you have that. So you two got to live your own lives. It means that if you got things that you do, right? That's why it's so important to be aligned with that person that, hey, if you love working out, they should love working out too. At least then you have things in common. Then you have less resistance, right? Having similar goals and values, right? What do they value? Do they value communication? Do they value like what do they value? So that's why it's really important to align yourself with the right people. Okay? But you can't align yourself with the right people if you're not there first. So how can you expect that other person to come up and be, this type of way, this tall, right? This ain't build a bear. And that's why a lot of girls sometimes and guys do it too as well. They build like these Frankenstein boyfriends or Frankenstein girlfriends or whatever, so that they fulfill different needs of what they have. But look, if you have to do all that, it's a do the all in one. You know what I'm talking about? The all in ones, those bootleg Game Boy games back in the days from China, from Chinatown. And you get that bootleg. Some of y'all Asians know what I'm talking about. The all in ones where you get like 500 games in one cartridge. Yeah. Um, Become that person first. When you become, then you can start saying, look, this is what I need. But if you're not even there yet, what makes you think you're worthy of it? So, all right. Now, be your own individual. So let them go freely and they will always come back. You are your own individual. Now, as a man, you should be focusing on your purpose, right? Do what you need to do, but reassure her from time to time, because there's going to be times where, hey, I don't, she feels like she's not getting enough attention from you, right? And also, I want to caution you guys this. If she says like, "Oh, you spend too much time with your boys, and so I want you to spend some time with me." Great, spend some time with her. It doesn't mean you drop everything just so that you could be with her. Okay, so let's just say you meet up with your boys once a month, or twice a month, maybe even 3 times, right? That's 3 days out of a month. That's 30 days. That's 1/10, okay, of your month. Anyways, when you're there and you're hanging out with, it doesn't mean you drop everything so that you could be with her, because she wants to know that you could lead your own life too. It means that when she wants your attention, she's going to be asking for it. And when she doesn't, you don't have to be there and just drop everything for her. Okay? She doesn't want that. No girl wants you to drop everything for her, even though that's what she says. Okay? Ladies, you know what I'm talking about. You tell a guy, I want you to give whatever. I want you to do this for me. And then next thing you know, he does it. And then guess what? You're like, well, I don't know. And then it's like this. Here's an example. Mitchell, you spend too much money on Pokemon cards. Okay, maybe I do. All right, whatever. But then you're like, you know what? I don't like you when you're doing too much with your Pokemon, blah blah blah. So then let's just say I'm this bitch, okay? And I start selling all my Pokemon cards. And maybe I keep a little bit, but I sell all my Pokemon cards. And guess what? Let's just say even after I sold all my Pokemon cards just to make her happy, she will still not be happy. They will always have a reason to not be happy, okay? But you, as your own individual, you can't lose that. Don't lose that. Guys should be able to do what they love, and the girl should respect that. Exactly. Now, there was there was this, was it TikTok or Facebook or whatever, where this guy was out on this, I think that's his girl. Anyways, it was like there was 18 people, and she was, I don't know, maybe you guys saw it. And she was like, "You're gonna like, you made me look bad in front of all my friends." He was like, "Look, I'm not paying for 18 of your friends for dinner." He was like, "I understand that's your birthday, but I wouldn't even argue with that. I would just be like, this shit is not. You can't make sense out of nonsense. It's like getting mad at a fish for swimming, right?" I'm like, this is just stupid. I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna let you think about what you just said with all your friends here, and they could look at me in the eyes as I'm telling you this. I'm not paying, and I'm gonna let you think about it. And when you find out your conclusion, you come back and you talk to me, because think about what you just saying. You want me to pay for 18 of your friends, right? That's crazy. Anyways, I just thought that was funny. her friends probably thought she was insane too. Yeah, of course. Like, I mean, if you're one of the friends in the back, you're like, shit, I got a free meal. But you're just one out of 18, right? That's a lot. Even if the meal was like 20 bucks a person, which I doubt, 20 bucks can't really get you anywhere like that. Especially when you're sitting down on a birthday, people got drinks. You know, that shit adds up. Everybody get a drink. Not everybody drinking ice water. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about? So 20, 30 bucks times 18 is still a lot of money. Okay? Just so that she could, yeah, that's, anyways, yeah. Stand up for yourself. Be your own individual, right? So don't take things personal. Look, I'm not gonna settle for this nonsense. All right. Let's see. Do what you need to do. Reassure her. So if she trusts you and if she's a good, happy, healthy, normal woman, you listen to her and you make her feel heard and understood. You plan dates. You're strong character and you're charming as well. And you know how to have fun. Why would she want to leave you? Why? So that she can have some fun and hopefully she does not get caught. Well, then you just have a girl that has no integrity, that does not value loyalty, right? So, and girl too. I mean, if he was a millionaire, even if he's a millionaire, that there's a, like, I'm not just gonna be a piggy bank for all your friends all the time, right? Like, I get it. I have money, but it doesn't mean I'm just gonna be, because then I feel like you're inviting different type of friends. All right, I was kidding. Sure. Sorry I was late. I'm here now. No worries, Connie. But ask questions. So I'm on the topic of don't take things personal. Let's see. So why would she want to leave you if you have all these good characters? You have all these good traits, good characters, good traits. Okay. So if she does, then there's not a lot of guys like you. You just know that it's a very scarce. Like, there's plenty of what you call those fuck boys out there, or maybe not even that much charming men, but then finding a good quality guy, it's gonna be very difficult, and those get snatched up pretty quick. Okay, just so you know. Now, like I said, the only thing that you can do as a guy is become her most irresistible option. That's it. Look, she don't want you. Don't take things personal. Hey, maybe she don't like you. Maybe she just doesn't like your height. Maybe she doesn't like the way you look. Doesn't matter. Don't take things personal. If she has her own interests, let her have it. All right, let's see. Moving on. When you no longer take things personal and you see reality as it is, you're not going to be hijacked by your emotions and act needy and insecure, because then you start to evaluate things based off reality, not from your emotions, not what you're projecting onto the other person. So that's really important, especially if there's a long distance. And ladies, you already know, whatever you play in your head, for some reason, it's true. Okay, I don't get it. I still don't get it. There's one time she was dreaming. Okay, it was an ex of mine. She was like, I had a dream that you cheated on me. I was like, what I do? You were holding her hand and I caught you. And she got mad. She stayed mad for a little bit. I was like, all right. So I walked away for a little bit. But yeah, hey, you guys do it all. Ladies, you do it all the time, right? You get mad for like things that you played in your head. Like it did not even happen. Okay. And that, yeah, you laughing because you know. Let's see. Wait. I remember when my boyfriend's time was always on everything car related. Then I started modding a Camry and he was not happy with me to spend time with him. He got mad, but no regrets. What you mean? He didn't like the fact that you got into it? Why? Yeah, I remember that time when you started modding. Or at least like the photos that you sent me. Yeah, Cheveling, laugh out loud. Try to keep it settled with just 3 letters. But you know it's true. Oh my God, you were cheating on me. Let me check your phone. Let me check. You probably it's the higher calling. Like, why else would I think? Because you're crazy. You're freaking crazy. That's why. All right, it's a dream. Oh yeah, but you know what they say about dream. Okay, sure. Okay, whatever. That I'm on our daily card. Oh, okay. Yeah, I learned that the hard way. Who don't make assumptions. Yeah. So it's like, yeah, no guys wants to be around a girl that, first of all, is always gonna cause him more trouble. Why would I want that in my life? I want a easy, happy life. Okay, I just want to live happy. Because, like, not to sound morbid, but everybody has one destination at the end. All right, we're not gonna be here eventually, and that's the truth. So you get to choose how you want to live. You get to choose. Okay, and you're here and you're watching this. It means that, one, you want to live better, but two, you also like, what does Mitchell have to say? What kind of nasty shit he got today? And sometimes I got some weird shit. I do, but I try to keep it PG from time to time. Anyways, let's see. So becoming the most irresistible option, not being hijacked by your emotions and act needy and insecure. Because when you do that, this is what happens with the people. Like I said, with the people who are associated with lower vibrations, they're only looking out for themselves. They're kind of me energy. The people that are associated with more higher vibration, right, more positive, is usually, they tend to look at facts. They just look at facts like, okay, this is what it is. This is how she's doing it. All right, this is how I should act. This is what I should see it as. And then based off that, and it's like I said, it's not set in stone, right? It's not like coding and stuff like that. So, like I said, it's an art, okay? Being in a relationship is like it's like being in, it's an art. You have to kind of understand it, but understanding the philosophy will gear you towards a better relationship. Because, like I said, if your intentions is to control that person and manipulate, it takes a lot of effort, and eventually you're not gonna want, maybe you get what you want and you're satisfied, but then you, like I said, if you always trying to force that, it takes a lot of energy from you and it's not gonna feel natural. Maybe you get what you want and you're satisfied right there and then, but like I said, it's temporary, and it's not gonna feel natural. It's not gonna feel like she wants to do it. It's more like you manipulated her and you got what you wanted. So you might feel great about yourself. But like I said, it all starts with intention. So know what you want. And like I said, when it becomes a philosophy, it's not, I'm not going to play this type of game so that I could get her. I'm gonna be like, well, Kiki's not giving me this level of interest. She's not really reciprocating. So I'm just gonna, why would I spend time with someone that doesn't want my attention? So I'm just gonna put my attention somewhere else where I'm gonna get more out of that. Now, like I said, not to another person, okay? Loyalty, integrity, trust, communication, keep that. And if you have that, it separates you, and you're a guy watching this, it separates you from the rest of the competition, because then she's like, wow, I can trust this guy. I know where he's at. He doesn't hide anything from me. Like, it's the safest feeling that you will ever get. Okay, and that's why you let them go. Allow them to come and go as they please. So distance doesn't make it more fun, but it does allow room for mystery, like I said. So this doesn't mean you hide things and you manipulate just so that you could get feelings off of her, or emotions or reactions, like, oh, making her jealous, making her mad, so then you feel good about yourself. That's kind of petty. Okay, because I know a lot of people that does that, and usually their relationship doesn't end well, because, like I said, we're very intuitive people. We know whether or not you're trying to manipulate us eventually. Maybe you fool us the first or second time. And some people, they might get fooled 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times because they're blinded by it. But eventually you're gonna get caught, right? You keep stealing, you're gonna get caught eventually, right? So feminine energy is about giving and receiving love. Okay, so like I said, come from a genuine place. She's gonna feel that. She's gonna feel you. She wants to feel you. Okay, yes, physically too. So here's my conclusion. All right, here's my conclusion. What's this? Was that Marvel? Shang-Chi? That's what I remember. That guy that did this in the whole open. Yeah, the hard way there. Okay. So here's the conclusion. Conclusion is, in a long distance relationship, okay, you want to make sure that eventually you want to merge your worlds together. You want to be together eventually, whether it's in the same state, same city, whatever. Like, it could be whatever. You guys, it can't be long distance forever, if you know what I'm saying. Because look, us as humans, we love bonding. Bonding is one of our it's one of our needs to be, okay? Feel needed, feel important, feel loved, okay? That's basic human needs. So merging your world. You guys can't be long distance forever. Eventually somebody will have to make a move. The goal is to eventually be together, whether it's in the same city or the same room, same state, whatever. Okay? You have to merge eventually. Now, here's another important fact that I've heard people, I haven't personally worked with them, but I've heard people that, especially guys, that would sell their houses, sell whatever they got so that they move for a girl. Like, don't do that unless you have something going on for yourself over there. Bottom line, you have to be on your purpose. If you're doing everything just for her to make her happy, eventually it's gonna come back and bite your ass. Okay, you have to make sure that you're doing it for yourself. And part of knowing your worth is knowing that you could walk away, because the one, I don't believe that the one exists. Okay, now there's important people, there's people that you connect better with, but there's 7 billion people. You telling me that, or almost 8, but you telling me that with this many people that you still can't find another person that's good. People have different views on things. It's okay. But look, if you're a guy, like I said, don't drop everything just so that you could be with her, okay? If you're gonna move there, have a reason to move there. Can you still do the things that you love? Can you still work at the things that you want to do? Is this something that would truly make you happy? Because I've heard Coach Corey Wayne, he talked about it. There was a guy that sold everything, sold his house, liquidated everything, sold everything, moved there. Within a week later, she left him. And he was like, well, I'm stuck here. Speaking the truth about taking risks, about risk taking for love. Yeah, it's like, look, if you're going to move with a purpose. Because if you have a purpose, then she knows that, like, I have a winner. I didn't have a guy just move just for me. Even though that's kind of what she wants you to be on your purpose. So that's why, like I said, having a purpose, having a reason to live makes you that more attractive, because that's, you want to be the best at that. Because hey, look, it doesn't even have to be exciting. You could be the best janitor, the best accountant, the best teacher, whatever it is, whatever success means to you, whatever fulfills you, that's your purpose, and you want to move towards that. That she sees that, okay? And so when you have that and you have confidence, right, you're fun to be around with, you take things light, right? Keeping a relationship light, playful, and fun. That's what a relationship is. You don't take a relationship too serious. When you do, it starts not to be fun anymore, right? It's like playing a game and it all becomes too serious. It's like it's not even a game anymore, right? I get it if it's a competition, it's different, money's involved and all that. But like I said, in a relationship, you don't want it to be that serious. You could take yourself serious, just don't take the relationship too serious. And if she feels uncertain, reassure her, make her feel heard, make her feel understood. Okay, so like I said, like, you can't give what you don't have. And if you feel insecure and you're always questioning certain things, you're always going to be doubtful. You're always going to feel like she's going to be doing something behind your back, right? It's because chances are you might have some shit that you have to let go. And if you can't deal with that, don't even talk about long distance relationship. You need to have a good relationship with yourself, meaning that you shouldn't even be in a relationship, because chances are you're gonna fuck somebody else up, and it's not even fair for them because you're fucked up. Okay, now also I want to let you guys know is, if you're watching this, nothing you can do can save the other person. You're here to save yourself. So that means that if you spot these people, you run away. You run for the fucking hills, okay? You get away from these people because they're going to suck your energy. They're like vampires. They just want you without giving anything in return. So you got to be careful with these people that just wants you because they're not happy. Okay? Now, like I said, you don't want to put happiness in other people, because otherwise happiness becomes this moving target, and then you're always seeking happiness from another person. And when they don't give you what you want, you're going to be not happy, and not being happy could lead to being frustrated, being angry, start yelling, right? Maybe being a little bit more aggressive. You don't want that in your life. So why would you want that? Okay. But anyways, I talk about different things. Merging worlds, that's what I'm talking about. Merging worlds. The goal is to eventually be together in the same city or the same room. If your outcome is to stay long distance forever, eventually you will find yourself separated. Okay, I'm gonna tell you that right now. Eventually, unless you want to play this game of I'm gonna be in a long distance relationship for the rest of my life. Hey, if that's the thing that you want to do, by all means, go for it. I don't think people want that. All right. One of our human needs is to bond and connect. And if there's always a big gap between you guys or this bridge, it won't really work. Okay, so if you want to be a happy, healthy relationship, first you need to have a good relationship with yourself first. The best relationship that you can ever have is a relationship you can have with yourself. So this is a must. The better you're off alone, the better you are with other company. Okay, if you're good, you're happy, you're excited about things, right? You're gonna be around people that wants to be around you because you're good company. You're excited, right? Who wants to go to a party where everyone's sad? A sad party? Everyone's sad, no screaming, no excitement allowed. Okay, that's gonna suck. Then you add alcohol in that mix. No, you can't be loud. You just got right. Ain't nobody want to have that. That ain't fun. So avoid be like I said, becoming too needy. See them for who they are and not what you're projecting onto them. Because in a long distance relationship, you don't really get to see that person. So what's going to happen is you're going to project how you feel about that person without them reciprocating towards you. So let's just say I love Kiki, but Kiki isn't really showing me too much love. It's always me going to her, but when I go see her, I'm happy. You see where this is going? So I'm happy. I get to see her, Kiki. Yeah, we get to do all the lovey-dovey stuff, right? Midnight Olympics, okay, if you will. I get to do all those things, but yet she never reciprocates anything back to me, right? It's always me how I feel about them. Now, that's why Coach Corey Wayne did say it doesn't matter how much you like them. At the end of the day, it's how she feels about you. Okay? If she doesn't feel you, guess what? She's gonna be like, she might say something along the line of, I feel like I just need some time. I don't really want to be in a relationship right now because I'm not, I'm busy, but logically it makes a lot of sense for a guy like, oh yeah, she is busy. She has a lot. What it just means is that her level of enthusiasm for you is down. It means her attraction level for you is down. Her interest level is down. So what does it mean? You don't feed into that. Okay? Stop feeding into it. Pull away. Okay? Build that tension back up again. When attention builds back up, she'll come back. And when she comes back, you welcome her. Okay? Now, that is almost what almost hold on, I think I almost said. Let me double check. Avoid become too needy if you're okay. If they're not reciprocating, being supportive of your decision, politely remove yourself, and be around those who are excited to see you and be around you. Because assuming that you're doing the necessary work to improve on yourself, other people want to be around you, right? So if they see value in that, they will come back. If they don't, remove yourself. You don't have to be there. You don't have to be an asshole about it. But politely remove yourself. And that said, that is the end of the show. Long distance relationships. Okay. Hope you guys benefited from this. I hope you guys gained a lot of value. And if you guys did, please hit that like, subscribe, and share it to your friends. And if you do want to support me some more, I do have a Patreon. It's down in the description below. If you're watching this on a replay, leave a comment. If you're watching this live, say something so that I feel like I'm not just talking by myself. But yeah, I hope this was helpful for you guys and you guys gained a lot of value from it. Yes, success. Yeah, this was fun. I felt with long distance relationships, had my fair share, but no relationship will work without trust, communication, right? So you have to have that. And if you don't want someone whenever they're mad and upset, they're not they're gonna just turn around, give you the cold shoulder, and not want to talk to you and remove and ignore you for like 2 weeks. It's like, who wants to be around that? And if you want to settle with that, then that's on you. But I personally wouldn't. And did it happen to me? Yes, it did. And do I want to be in that type of relationship again? Hell no. So if there's no communication, she doesn't value loyalty or trust, then it's not going to work. I don't care how much I love you, how much I care about you. Bottom line, that's their action. And, action speaks louder, right? You can always bottom line their actions. Uh, Go Mitchell, speaking the truth here. Love. You're awesome, Mitchell. Thanks. How important is patience in long distance? Super, super important. Patience. If anything, you need more than that, because then you start seeing things online, right? You might start seeing like he or she might start posting photos, right? So let's just say, Connie, let's just say you're in a long distance relationship and you see your boyfriend, he starts posting photos with his boys. Maybe there's alcohol, maybe there's a couple girls involved over there, right? Instead of being like, who are those bitches? Because it's kind of you energy. It's all about me. But it's more like, hey baby, how was it? Did you have fun with your friends? Because if he feels like, wow, like my girl trusts me, why the fuck would I want to break that trust? Why would I? And if I do, how am I gonna find someone? Like, there's not a lot of quality people like that. So think about it. The next time you want to ask something to reassure yourself, ask yourself, is this for you or is it for the other person, right? So it's like I said, it comes from a place of strength versus weakness. So that's very important. And patience, super, super important in a relationship, and any relationship. And in long distance, everything kind of amplifies, right? Trust, more amplified. You have to make sure you have to trust them. Bottom line. And then when they come back, you let them know. You be like, hey, I miss you, right? Did you have fun? Like, did you have a good time? Okay. Like, those are, hey, I would love to hear that. If I'm going out, I'm having fun with my boys, right? They bring their friends. Yes, there might be females there. Doesn't matter, because, hey, look, I'm not going to mess around with a girl that values trust and loyalty. Like, how am I going to, it's not that I can't find another one, but that's a good quality person. Assuming that, they there's other things involved that makes them a better person, right? It makes them a good woman. So yeah, like, because most people are insecure. Most people get upset over little things, right? And like I said, men who understands women don't argue with them. So don't argue with your lady. She's not your mommy, and she's also not your therapist. Yeah. Have you experienced this kind of relationship before? Yeah, absolutely. So there was a lot of insecurities, even on my end too, right? So, and you know what was weird? It's even before I knew any of this before, like before I even kind of studied it and dived into it. Even when I was that passive, I'm only joking around. Oh, you might like, oh, he likes you, or you like him, haha, like type of energy. Like, it felt pathetic. I felt like, yo, this is pathetic. Why would you say that? Oh, I know. I said it because I was insecure. I said it because I wanted reassurance. I said it because I didn't know where I stood in that relationship. A lot of weakness, right? And if you act like a bitch, she's going to treat you like a bitch. So don't act like a bitch. Yeah. So I hope that answers your questions, your questions, Connie. But yeah, long distance, it could work. It could work. It just, like I said, the conclusion has to be someone has to move for each other. Somebody. Okay. And like I said, as a guy, you want to make sure, if you are gonna, even as a girl too, you want to make sure that if you're moving, you have something going on for yourself too, not just so that you could please him, right? You want to make sure that things for you, and also, like, yeah, excitement's high. Yeah, that's great. You love this person. You can't see yourself not being with that person. Yeah, but you also have a life of your own too. So your own individuality. There, I said it. Couldn't say that word before. So you are your own individual. Do not lose that, because once you start losing that, you start losing your sense of self. You're not going to be happy. You're going to become a little bit resentful. And things like that happens through time. So it's not going to happen right away. But when it does happen, you find yourself really upset. And, um, this is, it is mental health. But at the same time, it's no one's coming to save you. No one's coming to save you. You have to do it yourself. And like I said, if you're here and you're watching this, it means that you're already participating in your own rescue. But you have to apply this too, because just being here isn't enough. It's great that you are here, but you have to put in the effort. It's just like, even when I'm training people, I'm like, look, the reason why you're hurting is because you messed up your back, and you don't want to re-aggravate it, so you stop working out. So then what, you're just saying, I don't want to be healthier anymore. And so no, I just don't want to re-injure my back again. So then you stop working out. But little do you know, hey, maybe you might need to build stronger muscles so that it supports that part where you don't hurt again. It's just maybe you were moving incorrectly, you were picking up the boxes incorrectly. Like, those things happen, and it scares a lot of people. But by avoiding it, it doesn't really give you anything. You're just running away from the problem. All right, let's see. um I personally can't handle this because I like being able to see my man and quality time with him too. Yeah. And if you can't deal with that, then do not be in one. Do not be in one. Because eventually you're gonna be like, man, I really miss this person, right? And then what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? You're not gonna be able to see him. You're eventually gonna be hurt, right? But then let's just say you're in a relationship and it's been 2 to 3 years, and he has to move for work. Or, some people, usually in college, right? Things happen. People branch off. You get together in college. They move somewhere because of school, or they move somewhere because of work, or military, or whatever it is, right? And a lot of people find themselves in a long distance relationship even when they're in a non long distance relationship sometimes. And it does happen, right? So it depends on how much you could take it. Yeah. Whew. That was a lot. That was a lot. Yeah. Anyways, I had a really off topic. Yesterday I was out. I saw my friend. He told me about this place. I didn't realize how much I like sours, or IP. Is it IPA? I don't know. It's a beer. It was a fruit punch and it was sour. It was amazing. I wish they sold it in cans, and they don't. Okay. I know it's off topic, but that's one thing I'm thinking about right now. I miss that beer. I'm not an alcoholic. I don't know. It's weird. Okay. Um, but yeah, long distance relationships, guys. Long distance relationships. Mitchell Mitchell never runs out of things to say. Mitchell, how do you talk about beer and in long distance? You know what? Because I know how I feel. I'm in tune with my own emotions. All right. I have good relationships. Wow, Mitchell, get that Asian glow again. It's gonna happen in 2 weeks, or we'll see. We'll see. I do need to cut back, so I need some time to recuperate, because, going to the gym so much doesn't really help if I'm just gonna be unhealthy again, right? Are you wearing contacts, by the way? I'm used to you. No, I'm not. So I don't need glasses. I wear glasses because I know I'm in front of the screen a lot. So I usually have it so that it protects my eye, because it has that layer. But I don't wear contacts. I don't even know how it feels like to touch my pupil. Okay. So I don't want to experience that. But yeah, I'm not. Any questions, guys? Any questions? Ladies, how do you guys feel about this? I know, Connie, you've been asking me a lot of questions, but other people that are in here, how do you feel? Are you like, nah, I don't want to be in a relationship at all? Or maybe I'm in a relationship, but I don't know where I'm kind of at right now, right? And that's why. That's why the best things that a couple could do is literally either read together, read the same book together, right? Or, or here, let me clarify, because there are people out there that are just really bad for the world. Okay, some people are like, oh, you this is how you treat women. This is what you get, what you want, and it's very like me type of energy, right? Even though you get what you want, it's still kind of low vibration. But people, let's just say, for example, if you're in a relationship, okay, you're in a relationship, and things aren't doing so well, and maybe you're seeking help already and it's not working, chances are you might need to do something different, because if you've been doing that for so long and it hasn't really changed, you might need to do something different. And people that get the best results are the people that read 3% Man together, or come on the show, hear me out, because I like to help people. I want to make sure that people are in happy, healthy relationships. Okay. And part of knowing that, it fulfills me too, knowing that a relationship flourished, because chances are most of the time it's usually the guy's fault, usually. And I'm not saying that the girl has nothing to do with it, it's just that how he shows up. If he shows up well and she doesn't, that means it's on her then. But until then, it's up to him to show up correctly. So that's why I like to talk. I personally like to speak to the guy first. I want to make sure. I'll hear out the woman, but I also need to know, like, yo, I need to find a cause, like what's been going on. Were you yelling at her? Were you upset? Like, if, let's just say you weren't, and you did everything correctly, on the phone, long distance, or in person, whatever, and you showed up the best you could, that's not on you then. Then it's maybe she has some things that she has to deal with, and if she wants to participate in her own rescue, then she will fix some of the things herself. Maybe I'm asking for too much, because he is a good guy. Maybe I am asking for too much. Maybe I am being a little bitch every time he comes back home, and maybe I should just stop nagging him. That might be helpful, right? You might not like to hear that, but hey, maybe you are doing that, and if you are, take a step back, ask him about him. A relationship is there to give. You're there to give. Okay? Same thing for love. You're there to give. Love is an act. So you're not there to match and mirror and get. But then if they're not reciprocating, and then you could match and mirror their actions. Okay? Like I said, hope it's helpful. I know I've been over my time on almost 20 some minutes now. Anyways, I'm gonna head out. I'm gonna get something to eat. I'm hungry, and I do want that beer. But anyways, it was great seeing you guys. Thank you for your time. You know how it is. I always appreciate it. But I will see you guys on the next episode on Saturday. So let me know what you guys want to talk about. I'll do my research, and if I know it, even better, it'll be easier on my end. All right. Until next time, I catch you guys on the next episode on Saturday. Peace out. Thank you, Connie.